Welcome into the era of AI. Hello and welcome. Now in this lecture, it's time to go ahead and generate another type of thumbnail. This one, not going to take us that much time. I promise you, I'm going to make short work of this. So right now, without further ado, let's get right into it. So here, first thing is first, I would like you to go to canva.com. Second thing, we will not choose a template. We're going to create our own template based on that template that we've seen. But the first thing that we need to make sure of is we need to have a picture of ourselves, and we need to put that picture in the front. So let me go for a YouTube thumbnail here. Now, as it happens, I have already created an image of myself. It's not really me, but it's just a picture of me, and I swap my face with another person. And you watched that in a video here in the course. We did it when we created the Mr. Beast number, I think number 3 thumbnail. So here, if I go to the uploads, I'm sure I can find that image. This is the image I'm talking about. Then what I would like to do, I would like to click on Edit Photo. What we need to do here is extract the image from the background. So we need to push the background aside, extract the image which we need, and then we're going to start doing the same stuff. So here, it's basically day 1, day 31. It's not going to be very difficult to do this one. Trust me when I tell you that. Secondly here, what I'm going to do is that this might seem a little bit weird to you, but I'm going to just download this image as it is. But first of all, let's add some effects to it. It's okay if I increase the size of it just a little bit more. And a little bit more. I don't need to show everything, so I just need to focus a little bit more on the face. Like this. Now, make sure to not place it in the center, but make sure to crop any unnecessary parts. Like these. You can see that the image is high resolution, so that's good. Now I'm just going to download it as it is, but first off, let me give it some adjustments. I'm going to add auto adjust. Plus, I'm going to go back or down, add some sharpness and some clarity. There you go. All right, so we got the photo. I'm going to download this photo with the transparent background. The reason why I edited the photo, added effects to it, and then downloaded it is because if I were, and let me show you, if I were to take this photo here, not the one I downloaded, but this photo, and if I were to go ahead and click Edit Photo, and if I were to click here on the shadows option and add a shadow, there's a possibility that the effects that you've added might actually go. They might disappear. And also, it kind of resizes it in a way. So that's why I just think I'm going to go and just get rid of it. Right click or just click on it, hit delete. And then I'm going to drag my own image. Now, we'll talk later about actually here, he didn't really use any glow, but I could use a glow, and I have an idea for the glow. I want to have one side with a green glow, one side with a red glow, but the way we do it, we need to make sure. Now let me show you what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to click to create another duplicate of this image, and I'm going to have 2, but let me show you what I'm going to do with them. The first one, going to edit the photo, and then we're going to go here for the shadows option. I would like to use this glow option, and the glow option that I'm going to use red color on one side like this. Now it shouldn't be, the size shouldn't be that huge of the color itself. The angle, I think, let's edit that. Now let's not edit the distance. Let's just keep it as it is. And let's find out the intensity. Let's actually increase the intensity a little bit. Well, I don't know about the rotation, so I'm going to keep it at 0. The curve, let's see. This is actually pretty fun. I'm going to keep it at 0 as well. So I need to remember this effect. It's 530, 83, 76. So let's do the same thing, except for this picture, I'm going to make it red. 5, 30, 83, 76. Like that. Now we have the two pictures. They're basically the same size. They're juxtaposed. What I want you to do is I want you to put one and make sure that the other one is exactly on top of the other one. They should be exactly on top of each other's. And I think that now, if we select them both, they're already on top of each other. So now I can move this slightly over here and then adjust their size. And then a little bit more. Make sure this is centered. And once that's done, what I would need to do, I'll start cropping. Now, not like this. Let me click out. I'll select just one of them, not two. I'll crop the first half, and automatically the second half is going to be the same, except for it has a different glow, as you can see, right? So I think if I zoom in, I might be able to see if there is some kind of issue. Let me see for a second. Let's go back. Yeah, I think I just need to edit this just a tiny bit, probably a bit down. Let me zoom out and see if this is working. No, the mouth is what's going to be able to tell us. All right, so now this is perfect. The hair, I have nothing else to do about that. I think that's how it should be. All right, so now this is good. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select one side and make sure I crop that extra bit so that I can have some liberty to edit how I want. Also select this one side and remove that extra bit. And now the image is good. Group. Now this is all one image. It can now actually, oh, all right. I actually messed it up from this one area. Let me go back just a little bit more in time. I want to crop this part, and now I can select the both of them group. Now this is the image. It's in the center, or is it? And we can flip it horizontally, but if I do, I'm flipping only one. But that's okay, I'm just going to keep it like that. Now, if I go here, the background, there is that growth curve. So let's go ahead for growth curve. There's a bunch of video growth curves that we can turn into a photo if we want to. These ones are not too bad, but let's see if we can find something that is going to match what we want to do. I think this one is good, okay? This one is good. But let's see if we can find something else. Now, if we don't, then let me check the video and see if we can find some videos. I think this one is good, all right? So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make it bigger, like this. Move it to the top. And then the background, it should be darker, right? Like that, if you remember. So I should make a dark background like that. Or if you don't want to make a dark background, you can actually go and look for a gradient black, but gradient black background, they exist. Find them, but I think that this is still good. Then you take this picture here and then make sure that you reduce its transparency and position it backwards from the images, or increase their transparency a slight bit if you see fit. For me, I think I'm going to decrease the transparency. Then what you can do is, because this here is in a different color, there's a bunch of things that you can do. The first one is you can duplicate the image itself. Then, if you go to edit the photo, I believe that there is a edit that you can do, which you can change the colors, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we can edit the color here. This one, instead of it being red, we can turn it just a little bit more greenish, as you can see. And now this has been edited. Make sure it's right exactly on top of the other one. Then similarly position it backward. And then pick the red one. Make sure that you crop from one side like this until that part. And you can also take the red one here and make sure to edit it just a little bit, or probably increase the transparency option. But normally this should be the other way around, because this is the green, right? The green is the one that should be. So basically this part should be red, and the other part should be green. So I should do it the other way around, like this. And now I can take the green picture, edit, and I could go ahead for a different filter. Talking about the green one, let's click it, make sure. Right, there it is. Now, if I increase just a tiny bit of that, and you can see that now this looks a little bit better, actually significantly better. What you can do, you can lock everything in order not to lose the changes. Once you have actually locked the changes, remember here we have this estimated revenue. I can show you how that's done. Now, if you go here into Canva, if you go and look for elements, don't click anything. There's this shape and there's this shape. If you choose this one, you just have to do as follows. You have to go here, add some corner rounding, and then it will make it rounder. And this one is good because you can shape it however you want. So you can shape it like this. You can shape it however you wish, right? So if you shape it like this and like this. And then you can click here. Notice that you can add some border weight. So if you add 10 border weight, it's going to be a little bit thick. Then you can go to the color itself. You can make it transparent. See, what happens is that it made it transparent. But we don't want it to be entirely transparent, so we want it to be dark, a bit darker, right? Or you can make it be transparent, right? However you wish. So it depends on you. Or you can make it be gradient as well. I think gradient is quite cool, right? So I'm going to make it gradient, and on top of that, you can write something such as estimated revenue and so on and so forth. So on second thought, I think let's just make it transparent, okay? Then after this, go here to the text area, get a headline. Let's just say estimated revenue. And this is how they do it. They just type it in here, for instance, and they just... Now, it doesn't have to be... You don't have to change the font. It's already good. You can duplicate this as well. You could put the 0 number in there. $0, actually. And then you can take that $0 and make it bigger a little bit, and then place it here in the center. Then you can go for the $0 color. You can make it red. And then not only can you make it red, but you can go to effects and give it this particular kind of darkness, or you can make it like this. I would preferably just keep it like that. $0 estimated revenue. What you could do as well, you can duplicate this same shape and place one else here. Make sure they are juxtaposed to each other's. And then here, estimated revenue, place another one here. And you can duplicate this one, and you can just say, let's say, for example, 1,186.29 or 28. Make sure that you spread this exactly correctly, and then dollar symbol at the end. And if I were to place this just about here, notice that I can also go here and change the color to green. For that one, I'm afraid I have to go and add this particular effect for it to stick out. And this is looking quite cool. you can also do one more thing. You can click here, or you can duplicate this. You know this shape here? You can duplicate it. It's the same shape now, except for you can go remove the border weight, keep the corner rounding, and as far as the color is concerned, you can make it white and place it here, except for position it backwards, backwards, backwards. Then you can click on the transparency option and reduce the transparency option just a tiny bit, and then duplicate that, and then place another one here, and then position it backward as well from that one. Not that backward, because we need to still be able to see through it. And you can see that now you don't need to add that effect. You can go to the effects and just keep it as normal if you want to. Right? It depends on what you want to do. 1186. You can even make it italic if you want to add some emphasis, but it's up to you. And so you can see that we have designed this particular thumbnail. Now, the last thing to do would be to add maybe some color in here. So I think there's no point keeping those like that. I think we can just bring back the entire color of the designs. And even edit the photo and find out if we can make it greener. I'm not sure. I think that we've done a pretty good job up until now. What you can do here, let's go to this. Click day 1 space. Then take this day 1, probably make it a bit bigger. So 50 would do. I think you need this to be a little bit more than 50. Let's try this. Yeah, this is good. Center it. And you can go to effects here. You can change the effect to something else like this, right? Or keep it however it was. I think this was better, so I'm going to keep it like that. And then put another one here and say, for example, day 7. I don't know. So it's up to what you want to do with that thumbnail. Then you can go to effects. You can find red light. And if you go to graphics and photos, there's a bunch of red lights. For instance, let's say you want to use this one. You can place one here around this edge. Increase it from this side. Increase it from this side. Now it covers the first part of the screen, but move it slightly gently here. Position it to back and then forward it once or twice. Yeah, I think forward. Right, not once, backward. As you can see, because there is an image, these are not all shapes, so you can just slightly move it here a bit to the bottom in order not to impact the video, and then you can go, or the image, and then you can go to elements and look for green light. You can put another one this time in that other area. So put it here, for example, or here. Depends on you. I'm going to put it here. Increase the size of it and then place it somewhere around here. And then position it backward, backward, backward. And that's it. And this one also should be, I'm not sure why it's bleeding out. And I'm sure that right now this is looking legit. So this is a pretty good thumbnail from what you can see. Estimated revenue, $0, estimated revenue. Now, if you want more clarity, what you can do, you can take that shape in the back. I'll make sure to move this to access the other shape in the back. And then you can increase the transparency a bit more. And then place this back on top. And then maybe do the same thing for the other one, which will be unnecessary because the other one is already good. Now for clarity, this is more clear. Day 1. Estimated revenue 0. Day 7, estimated revenue 1,186.28. These are what you call viral YouTube thumbnails, and I think you got the point now. So this is it when it comes to this particular video. I'll see you definitely in the next video.